What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the A&T podcast. I'm Aiden. Tavius is traveling for the holidays. He's going back home, so he will not be on. And then Zach will be coming back on later on today, or later on in the podcast. But just gotta rock with me for a little bit. Had a pretty good weekend, or last week. Couple things. We had the awards go on, which we'll get into. NHL's been popping. NCAA basketball has been going. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Covering my we'll start off with some NHL, but before we get into all that stuff, and all the teams and sports and stuff, what are you guys looking forward to for Christmas? I know it's coming up next week. We're under a week away from Christmas, so go ahead, share in the comments what your favorite Christmas, or what you want for Christmas down below. Who knows? We might got connections with Santa, and can get you what you want. But if I had to pick what I wanted for Christmas this year, probably be, I don't even know. I'm probably just gonna ask for like money from my parents and family. But if I had to pick from Santa, a new car. Come on, Santa, get those elves to work. I need a new car. I need a new car ASAP. But that's just something that I would pick. Uh, we'll have to ask Zach whenever he gets on here if he could get anything then from Santa. Then what would he want? But had a good week last week. We talked about the must-haves on Thanksgiving and the Christmas movies coming around. After looking at my list, I was pretty happy with it, but again, probably would make some tweaks. But we're getting into the holiday spirit. We got a good weekend coming up. We got the college football playoffs starting this weekend with Notre Dame, Indiana starting tomorrow. I am located in the Indy area, so I got both sides. I got people around me that are both Notre Dame fans and Indiana fans. It's interesting. We'll kind of dive into that a little more. This will be a little more heavy on the NCAA football side, but yeah, like I said, go ahead, share what your traditions are for Christmas. Go ahead and share what you want for Christmas. If Santa could give you one thing, it could be anything in the world. I just said a car. Obviously, I'm not getting a car, but who knows? Um, but yeah, what would you want if it was anything? And go ahead and let us know. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate the people that do watch this on now or even on YouTube whenever we post them. The support is nice. Hopefully we can build this thing up, get a little better day by day, podcast by podcast. But yeah, well, without anything else, or just jump right into some sports. Going into NHL, my Utah Hockey Club got a dub. I believe it was last night. I think it was 5-4, if I'm not mistaken. 3-2 against the Canucks. I do believe that they are on a winning streak right now. Yep, 3-game winning streak. Beat the Avalanche, beat the Sharks, and beat the Canucks. So we got the Wild tomorrow, 8 p.m. We'll see slowly if we can just keep going up all the way up to the top. Shock the world a little bit. We had a couple good wins. We've had a couple bad losses, but season's still going, so we'll see how we can finish out. Let's go take a look at Zach's team, why don't we? Chicago Blackhawks, doing as good as every other Chicago team right now. Hey, they actually got a win. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Look at that. Coming off of a 2-game losing streak before that. We'll see if they can take down the Kraken tonight at 8:30. but they got some work to do. They got to start climbing a little bit. And let's go over to Tavius' team real fast. Looks like they won 6-1. So hopefully they can get on a winning streak. They got the Red Wings tomorrow at 7 p.m. Gotta get some of Tavius' thoughts next time that he comes on. Don't know if he'll be coming on the rest of the year. It might be a New Year's thing for him to come back on. I know that like I said, he's got a lot of traveling to go. He is from the Houston area, so I know that he was traveling, if not yesterday or probably today. But yeah, I know that he's planning. He's not giving up on it, so he'll be back on. And then I think we're gonna make Zach a member here moving forward. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and talk a little about NBA. I don't think we touched on any of the trades that happened at the beginning. Karl Anthony Towns on the Knicks, which is still mind-boggling to me. The Bulls finally have Lonzo Ball back. For those of you that don't know, I am a Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball fan. I think that their basketball IQ is great. I think they are injury prone. But yeah, I like the way that they play basketball. Melo Ball, I mean, he's doing his thing over there in the Hornets. The record isn't showing, but he's being a solid player, growing as a young star in the league. Pistons, they're not doing too bad. The Jazz are not doing good, but it looks like they're doing okay against the Pistons right now. Thunder, Magic. Thunder is a good young team. We saw that last year. See if they can keep it rolling. Magic are doing I feel like they're doing a lot better than last year. Wizards, terrible. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I feel like a lot of people have the same opinion as me. Jordan Poole was carried by Steph Curry, and that's kind of showing now that he's by himself over in the Wizards. I did hear some trade rumors about the Nuggets wanting him. I think I saw that about the Nuggets. So we'll see how the trade deadline kind of plays out and see who moves and who's getting what. I know LeBron and Bronny have been in trade talks with Golden State. Don't think that's actually going to happen. But if LeBron and Curry get on the same team, how many championships do you think they're bringing to Golden State? I know Curry's not leaving Golden State, so LeBron and Bronny would have to go over there. Speaking of Bronny started off slow at the start. I mean, I think I mentioned it on a podcast before. What he is doing is incredible to me. You had a heart attack while you're playing basketball, and then you're coming back, and people are expecting you to put up numbers like his dad and come back and be that dominant player. And I know he got a lot of backlash whenever he declared for the draft. Myself included, I thought he needed to stay one more year. I thought that college era that he had was not beneficial for him, because he had the heart attack at the beginning of the year, and then he comes back and is slowly getting ready. And I mean, I've met somebody who had a traumatic incident happen on a basketball court, and it took them some time to get back onto the court just to even shoot around. So I kind of know. I don't know how he is feeling, but I've been in that not in the situation, but I've been around people that have kind of had to struggle to come back and be around the game and be around like the sport again. And I can just only imagine how hard it is especially whenever you're so well known because of your dad. How hard it is to come back and play right away and be told that you need to have more points, you need to do all this and that, which I think he handled really well, and now he is definitely showing himself getting a little used to, or getting more comfortable with the game, and he's looking more like he did in high school, where he was playing freely and kind of just letting the game come to him. Um, but yeah, I mean, we got some games going on across the league right now. Bulls Celtics just started. Nets Raptors just started. Pelicans Rockets start here in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go Wizards Hornets. Hornets should pull it out, but Wizards are in the lead right now with 1 point. Game of runs, a lot of ball to be played. Hopefully the Bulls can pull it out of the Celtics. So I don't really have a team, but if I did have to pick a team, it'd either be the Lakers or the Bulls, just because only NBA game that I've been to is the Bulls, and the Lakers, I've been a huge LeBron fan whenever I was little, and kind of just been hopping around with teams with him. Whatever team he's on, I watch. I loved whenever he was on the Heat. I really started enjoying his game whenever he was at Cleveland, near I think like 2 years before he left Cleveland to go to Miami. Then once he was in Miami, the big three were amazing to watch and one of my favorite teams. So me, I just like people that play good basketball. Steph Curry, obviously, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, the main three. There's some people that I'm not a huge fan of their game. I really like Luka. Not a huge fan of Draymond with the way that he's kind of been in the past. I used to. He was a great defensive-minded guy. But now I think now is not as much like this year, but in years past, just the stuff that he got away with, like screaming and like constantly talking, and nobody, like none of the rest would kind of settle it down. But I like Draymond as a person. Some of the stuff that he pulls out on the court, not a huge fan. Trae Young, he's up there, but I'm trying to think of who else. Kyrie Irving, I like the way that he plays basketball. Devin Booker, I already said Luka. Another hot take. I personally don't think that Tyrese Halliburton is as good as everybody thinks he is. I think he is a good media guy, and I think he's a good role player. Maybe not role player. He is a little above a role player, but I just don't think that he's the superstar that everybody is trying to paint him out to be. Great guy again. Love him as like a person, and I think he is a good basketball player. I just don't think that he's a superstar that everybody's kind of saying he is. Jalen Brunson is really good. I like watching him. Ant, one of my favorite young stars in the league. Jokic, I like. Good distributor, good. He's funny to watch. He looks like a guy that shouldn't be good at basketball, and he's really good. Yeah, but if anybody's has a good IQ, and if I like the way that they play, I become a little fan of them. But I don't really have a set team. But if I did have to pick a team, I would either pick the Lakers or the Bulls. There was a time that I did think about the Kings. I do like their team. Fox, Sabonis, what they got going on over there. But yeah, tell me. Go ahead and let me know what your favorite team is in the NBA. What your thoughts are on my takes. And who do you think is going to win it all this year? What are your thoughts on the Cup? They still got it up here? Don't think so. The NBA Cup the Bucks took last week. I think it was last week. Beating the Knicks. No, Thunder. Beating the Thunder. That's who it was. A little altercation between the two teams a little bit, but let me know your thoughts of the NBA Cup, and go ahead and let me know your thoughts on what you think the NBA should start to do to get viewership back up. I know that they're going through some hard times viewership wise, but go ahead and let me know what you think can help that, and what they can do to get a little more activity and more views out. I haven't really thought about it too much. I'm actually part of the problem. I have not watched much NBA this year. I really start watching it near like the middle or end of the season, just because that's whenever I think meaningful NBA basketball is played. Near the end in the playoffs, I think the level of basketball is brought up. But as Tavius has mentioned before, I am a college guy, so I will watch college football or college basketball over NBA. But I do enjoy watching the NBA. I do like I mentioned, I do like watching some of the players that play, and some of the teams. Um, but yeah, it's a good transition right into college basketball. My Gators are undefeated, taking down the Tar Heels. There we go. It was a great game. Um, let's go back. It's a great game on Tuesday night. Phenomenal game. I mean, to start off, thought we were golden. See what I did there? For those of you that don't know, Florida's coach, his last name is Golden. But yeah, no, I thought at the beginning of the game, start of the game, we came out hot. We had a pretty big lead, and then North Carolina came back and made it pretty close. And then it was just back and forth the last half of the game. We we were up by 4. Yeah, we were up by 4. Hit the free throw with 7 seconds left, and then we fouled. As soon as we fouled, my heart dropped. I was like, "This is how we lose." But they missed the one and one, and we got the rebound and closed it out. But this team is really good in my opinion. Their backcourt is phenomenal. Their front court, we have height, we have strength down there. The more that Condon plays, and the more that he gets used to SEC ball and just playing and getting stronger, I think the better that he will be, not only in college, but I think that will transition into the NBA. He has developed a three-point shot, so that is also going to transition. We are still without one of our starting centers, who's 7'1". He broke his leg back at the SEC championship game last year, so I think he's still recovering. Not sure if he'll play this year. If he does, I think it'll be late. I don't know if he'll redshirt this year and then come back next year, but that's just another big that we have down low. I think we're the best rebounding team in the country right now, and then with Richards and Clayton Jr. and Martin. Martin was a huge pickup for us in the transfer portal. Martin coming back was also huge, and so was Richards. I mean, both of those guys can spray it from deep. Clayton Jr. is phenomenal three-point shooter, good ball handler. Martin can shoot the three, but he likes mid-range. He likes to drive more. And then he used to be just a three-point shooter, but now he's shown this year that he can drive and get to the bucket, which is a huge part to that offense and kind of just keeping us so successful. Our first test, though, was North Carolina. But now, I think our next game is at home against Tennessee. Nope. I was way off. So we play North Florida and then we go to Kentucky on the 4th. So that'll be a real test. But then our home game to start the season will be against Tennessee. I've already seen that game is sold out. I wish I could go. Maybe next year. But, wow, we played Tennessee pretty close. But to open up SEC, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and then Missouri, that 3-game stretch right here is going to be a tough one. That's really going to tell you a lot. And then we're going to kind of go through the rest of the SEC and then turn around and play Tennessee again. Play LSU late in the season. That'll be a fun game to talk trash to Tavius. How are they doing? They're 9-2. Okay. Beat Florida. Oh, they really haven't played anybody. Pitt, K-State. Who's their next game? Vanderbilt, Ole Miss. Okay. 11. I don't know how well Missouri beat Kansas, so that's a team. That's the thing. The SEC this year is, especially for basketball, is a lot more competitive than in the past. I mean, I've been a little biased towards the SEC my whole life just because I think that it is better, but I've always said that the SEC has been strong in basketball. This year they're really backing it up. I know that they have a winning record against all conferences that they've played. I want to say more than 10 games in. They're owning the ACC right now. I don't know what their record is with Big 12, but I think the closest one that I saw was the Big 10, and I think that was like 9-7. So, which I know that Illinois and Tennessee had a really close game, came down to the last second. Illinois is a team that is dangerous, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and look at their schedule, because I know Zach and I like to keep an eye on Illinois. But go ahead and let us know what your predictions are this year, who your team is, and who you think's going to win the conference in the SEC, Big 10, ACC, whatever conference your team is in. Oh, looks like they got the Missouri game coming up, the bragging rights. I believe that one is played in, I want to say, St. Louis. I almost said Peoria, but nope, St. Louis. Should be a good game. This is Missouri's only loss. Memphis to start the season. Missouri could be a sneaky team. Illinois is a sneaky team too. I mean, they've lost to Alabama, Northwestern. I think that one was a shock, and then Tennessee at the last second. So Alabama is a very strong team. Northwestern, I think Iowa beat them on the last second shot, so that could have just been a fluke. Do they play them again? Yeah, they do. So, and it's at home, so that might be a different story. Illinois does not have to travel to UCLA or USC, which is nice. They play Duke later on this year. That'll be a good game. Or a good matchup, good test. Michigan State, Penn State, yeah. I mean, college basketball is kind of going off right now. I mean, it's got some good teams going around. I know Duke has beat Auburn. Auburn's a good team this year. Who else did they lose to? Oh, Kentucky and Kansas. Those were the two teams, but they're both close games. Looks like 5-3, only lost by 5-3. So Duke could be. I said it coming into this season that I thought Duke was going to be a pretty good team and top 10 team. Could make a run for it at the end of the year to bring home the Natty. I think right now the strongest teams that I see for the national championship are definitely these two, Tennessee and Auburn. I think both of them they play great basketball. Alabama's up there, Duke's up there, Kansas can be. I think UConn can definitely turn it around. They're rough. They had a rough patch in Maui. Um, Gonzaga, I'm not sure about. I really haven't seen Gonzaga play that much. Oklahoma's undefeated, but I know that they went down to the wire with Michigan. Michigan's 8-2. Memphis looks strong in Maui. Who did they lose to? Auburn and Arkansas State. That's a bad loss. But they play Mississippi State 21st. I think that's Saturday. So that'll be a good test. And then they play Ole Miss right after that. Again, good test for that school. Kind of see where they're at. The rest of the schedule is just going through their conference. They're my favorite to win their conference right now. What they put on against UConn and how they beat them, handed their first loss, and then they went into a 3-game losing streak that started a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like UConn is a very strong team, though. They have a lot of returners back. I'm trying to think of that shooter's name. I know that he's back. I mean, they have a well put together team. They beat Texas. They beat Gonzaga. Xavier's not anything. They play Butler Saturday, which I was thinking on going to that game, but I will be traveling this weekend. So won't be able to make that. That Marquette matchup will be a great one. Creighton will be a good one. I know Creighton beat Kansas. Yeah, I don't know. Got a lot of good teams going on right now. Just looking at some of the teams that are playing right now. Georgia's beating Buffalo 56-19 and at halftime. So yeah, got a lot of stuff going on with the basketball side of things. Zach, nice of you to join us.
Hey man, I was eating dinner. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, you're good. Just kind of going through college basketball. Went through your Fighting Illini, who went to the wire with Tennessee, and then
Dude, that was upsetting watching the end of that game. Not gonna lie.
I was saying that they're going to be a sneaky team. They have a couple losses that
It's a good
have been
team,
close. Yeah, right.
Like we low key probably should have won that game, but it could have gone either way.
Yeah. But I was saying that the SEC is strong in basketball this year, really strong, and my top two are the number 1 and 2 of the rankings. Tennessee and Auburn. Those two teams are balling out right now. But just kind of closing that one. Did you have anything on the NCAA basketball?
Not really. I didn't really watch any over the weekend other than the Illinois game, just because it was on right before I was watching a wrestling show, and we were watching that. So,
Gotcha.
But that was the only thing I really watched was the Illinois Tennessee game.
Well, for any of our wrestling fans out there, Zach, is there any news going on in the wrestling world?
The Raw.
Anything big?
Raw is moving to Netflix here in a couple weeks. It's going to be a big opening show. John Cena is starting his retirement year. On that show, The Rock is rumored to be there. A couple of big matches. Should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Excited for it. I think they're doing one match too early, that being CM Punk and Seth Rollins. But I think that's a WrestleMania match, so I think there's going to be some shenanigans that happen in it where there's not going to be like a clean finish. It's going to be like a DQ, or it's going to be a questionable finish. But we'll see. That's exciting. That's in a couple of weeks. But other than that, it's just kind of it's kind of not much happening towards the end of the year. I mean, it's normally what happens around this time of the year for the wrestling stuff because once it gets into January, it's picks up to the Royal Rumble and then it's on the road to WrestleMania. And I'll be at the Rumble this year in Indy, so it'll be fun.
Sweet. Well, started off with the question for all of our viewers, so I gotta ask you it. One thing that you asked Santa for Christmas. Could be anything. I asked for a car. So, could be anything. What's your gift? Don't hurt yourself,
probably, probably a new gaming computer here. This thing's on its last leg, to say the least. All the parts in it are very old. I need to upgrade soon. If I had the funds, I would be upgraded already. But that's more of an after Christmas type of thing because my funds right now are more towards Christmas and keeping these little things above me on. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well, there you got it, folks.
Probably a new gaming computer so I can keep doing the sim racing stuff I enjoy.
So that's a good transition into that. So last week we introduced Zach. Told you that he does sim racing. He had a race last week, finished second, couldn't get the first. Got an interview after the race, just talking about how clean that him and the leader race each other, and they're very appreciative of clean racing. But go check it out. I mean, there's where can they find you, on YouTube or Facebook or whatever?
I don't have like a YouTube or Facebook for my
Well, no, but like the people that broadcast it.
What are they called? There's MDI TV is one of the places where I normally will run at. Another place is called is it All the Dirt? I think it's called All the Dirt, something like that. So those are just a couple of YouTube pages that will stream races that I'm a part of. But yeah, it's fun. I've always enjoyed doing it, so I cannot complain.
So go check him out. He is pretty good on the virtual side. In real life, I'd bust him, but we'll have to take it to the track and really do it. I mean, we've already done it in K1. He almost got kicked out, but that's fine.
That was like 7 years ago, man.
And I'll never forget it. The workers were screaming at him to get out of my way because I was way faster than him, and he just kept blocking me. And it was a time race, so don't get mad at me. I wasn't complaining. I did complain after because they were like telling him to get out of the way, but he was messing up my times. I would have been up there. Meanwhile, we're not going to bring up Tavius. Actually, yeah, we are. He got like the slowest time ever. It was for those of you, we have actually never talked about this, but that was before Tavius had his license.
That was.
So we were all racing at K1. Is it K1 Speed?
Yeah, it's K1.
Yeah, so we were there, and we took Tavius there, and he was talking all sorts of crap about how he was going to beat us and everything, and I think we both lapped him like twice. Like he was not going fast. Well, now he's been driving for a while, so we might have to go back and run it back. We'll have to vlog the thing, see if Ryan can join us too, and we can get it going. But yeah, check out Zach Racing. You got a race tonight?
Yes, I do.
So go check him out.
After we're done with this, so we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully he can beat whoever beat him last time. Get a dub. I did hear that you're the points leader on the season, though.
I think he got that wrong because I'm not I don't think I am the point. Actually, I'm gonna go look at that real quick because I don't think I am the points leader.
Well, that's what the guy kept saying. So if you're not first, you're second.
I am second. I am 27 points back, which I could get back.
So go check him out.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. How long have you been doing this?
Sim racing? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I've been doing sim racing for 10 years now, on and off, just in like across different games. From PC to Xbox, back to PC. Mostly dirt racing is what I do. I will do like pavement stuff for fun, like road courses or like Forza type stuff, but not I don't really care to do like pavement ovals or like NASCAR stuff. I mean, it's fun, but it's not like I'm not competitive in it. I don't really care to be competitive in it. Dirt's always been more fun to me to race in. I've always liked it, so I race.
He's a dirt guy. But all right, well, get back into some stuff that I've been waiting for. Kind of waited for Zach to get on here to cover it, but we're gonna do NFL first before we do college because the last end of this will be mainly just college because we got talking about awards, we got talking about the playoff and who we think's gonna win that. Excuse me, and bowl games and stuff, which I don't know if I talked about that on the last one, like different bowl games and different matchups, but yeah, we can go into NFL. Zach, how are we feeling about Monday, dude? What happened?
What was Monday? I don't know what
Oh.
Monday was. It was just a regular old night for me. I don't know what Monday was.
I mean, I wouldn't want to remember it either.
I don't want to remember anything as a Chicago sports fan. So
I mentioned that earlier.
yeah, Bears.
Let's go back.
So
What a show on what was it, Thursday night last week?
Monday.
Two high-powered offenses that came off of a great week before, and they just put up 12 points and 6 points, a total of 18 points.
Yeah.
That was awful. And if Purdy would have played better, I would have beat Tavius in fantasy, which is crazy because it would have been so ironic, and it would have just been, I mean, last year, I'll give you guys a rundown. Last year, I ran the league all season. I think I had 2 losses. I was like 11-2, and heading into playoffs, I'm playing Tavius, and he barely made the playoffs. He squeaked in, and it's a Thursday night game. I had Keenan Allen last year, and I come home, and I'm watching the game, thinking that Keenan Allen's going to go off, and they pan to him on the sideline. He's in street clothes. I said, what? And Tavius ended up beating me. What was one of the best years that I've ever had in fantasy went down the drain. I won the regular season, lost in the playoffs. Horrendous. But I was hoping that I could return the favor this year. And then Purdy goes out and they score 6 points. It was crazy. But we'll get him back next year. Go ahead, let me know in the comments who I need to draft next year, and I'll let you guys pick my team. And I'll keep you guys updated on how we do throughout the week and if we win. And if we win the whole league, it is a money league, so who knows? Whoever helps might dish out some money. Who knows? But let's go over our games that we picked last week. 49ers, Rams. We both had the 49ers. Man, were we wrong. Let's go. Kansas City, Browns. Sorry, that sounded weird. Chiefs, Browns. Of course, we got the Chiefs. So we got that one. Sorry, I haven't done this one yet, but let's see. Cincy, Titans. Got that one right. Tennessee put up more of a fight than what I thought they were going to do, to be honest. If there's any games that stick out to you that you watched, we can talk about them. New Orleans Commanders. Close game. Didn't think it was going to be this close. Definitely thought the Commanders were going to beat the Saints by a lot. But we both got that one. Baltimore Ravens versus the Giants. I gotta find that one on ours. Did we not do that one? I don't think. No, we did. It was at the very top. Baltimore's looking good. If they keep rolling, it could be a very dangerous team. Dallas versus Carolina. Oh, I had Cowboys. Zach had the Panthers. Jacksonville versus the Giants. Jacksonville versus the Jets. We both got that one. Houston and Miami. Houston beat the Fins. I think you had Houston on that one. Yeah, you did. Good job. I got that one wrong. Colts versus the Broncos. Stupid play at the end. I don't even know why they ran that. Pick six. Cards, Pats. Cards came out on top. Lions, Bills. The Bills did what they did. Tampa versus Chargers. I believe Tampa ran away with that one. Yep. Gotta stop giving flowers to the Chargers. Steelers, Eagles. It was nice to see the Eagles come out with the win, but also get A.J. Brown involved with everything that happened that week. Their pass game does need to improve, and I think that does help them, but I don't know. We'll see. Seahawks, Packers. Packers. If you weren't a stubborn Bears fan, you would have got that one. And if you weren't a stubborn Bears fan, you would have gotten the next one too. Bears, Vikings. And then the very last game, another toilet bowl. Atlanta versus the Raiders. Atlanta came out on top. Alright, so Zach, you went. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wins. 7 losses. You went 9-7. Your debut on the pod. You went 9-7. Went positive. That's pretty good. Not better than me though. 12-4, ladies and gentlemen. 12-4. Telling you, me and Tavius go back and forth, and I think I have more wins than him over in NFL. So if you want to put some money on some games, you know who to listen to. I don't bet, but you know who to listen to. I'm the only. I don't think Tavius ever went undefeated. Or I had that one game, that one week that I went nuts. 13-1. Kind of crazy.
That is a
But
good week.
It was amazing. I wish I would have put money on it. Looking at this week, Zach, how are we feeling for this week?
What we got?
Got the game that's going on right now. Denver versus the Chargers.
Yeah, I just turned it on. I'm gonna go with.
Whoa! Cheater!
Not cheater. Just turned it on over the background. I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one.
Come. I see you, big dog. Going Chargers.
Oh, there's Saturday games this week. Oh boy.
Yeah. Wait, for NFL?
Yeah. Right there in front of you.
What? Why are there Saturday? See, that's stupid to me. They have the college football playoffs going on that weekend.
I don't know. So it's normally when they start doing NFL games on Saturdays, like after this college football's regular season's done.
You said Chargers, right?
Yeah.
I'm going Broncos. Give me Bo Nix. I can't give the Chargers their flowers anymore. They throw them right in my face. Houston, Kansas City. Who you got?
KC.
Give me the Chefs. Going Kansas City as well. Houston, I've said it multiple times on this podcast. They could be a really, really good team, but they're not. They're inconsistent. Steelers, Ravens, who you got?
Probably the Ravens.
I'm going Ravens as well. Let's go Giants, Falcons.
Falcons.
Yep. Thoughts on benching Kirk Cousins?
I mean, if you're gonna try something, I mean, it's a little too late, but I mean, if you're gonna try something, I mean, why not try it? Give the new guy some time.
Is Kirko washed?
I don't think he's washed. I personally don't think he's washed.
I don't either. I do think that it'd be good to give Penix a go at it, let him kind of get his feet in the ground and settled, and kind of get a taste of starting a game in the NFL. See how he does. But if I were the coaching staff for the Falcons, I would be behind Kirk Cousins and just saying, "Hey, man, like, nothing against you. We're trying to find something else. If you could help, just Penix, slow the game down for him. We're not giving up on you, but we just wanted to mix it up and see if anything works." I think that would have been a lot better than, I think, Kirk Cousins went to social media or was in the press conference. He was stating that he didn't forget how to play. It's like, we know you didn't forget, but Browns, Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I'm gonna go Cincy as well. Let's see, Titans, Colts.
Colts.
Whoa, that was fast. Don't like the Titans?
I'm going with the Colts, man.
I'm going Colts too. Rams, Jets.
Rams.
Give me the Jets. Also, did you see that? The owner's son giving out the game ball? Kind of crazy.
I did not.
He's like 17 years old. Talking to all these guys. And I guess Aaron Rodgers was supposed to get either Aaron Rodgers was supposed to get the game ball, or the coach was supposed to get the game ball, and he like gave it to Garrett Wilson.
Jeez.
Yeah. Eagles, Commanders.
Ooh.
Give me the Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Give me the Eagles. Let's see. Carolina Panthers versus the Cards.
Cards.
I'm gonna go Panthers. These have been like the two most inconsistent teams in the league.
Yeah, that is true.
Seattle Vikings. Give me the Vikings. Who you got?
Give me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vikings too.
Pats Bills. That's pretty easy.
Bills, easily.
I mean, Josh Allen is playing out of his mind right now.
That's what happens when you get engaged to Haley Steinfeld.
Okay.
Insane.
Jacksonville versus the Raiders.
know what? I'm gonna go fun. Let's give me the Jags here.
I'm going Jacksonville.
Oh, you are. Well,
Max Jones, we trust, baby. I don't like how he did the whole Riz face whenever he got like the spin move first time. But 49ers versus the Finns.
Oh boy. Give me the Finns.
I'm going Niners. It's gonna be a bounce back game for Purdy. Tampa Bay versus the Cowgirls.
Tampa.
They are playing really well. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay as well. And have the Cowboys won a home game?
I don't think
Yet?
I don't think they have.
I don't think so either. Then last but not least, New Orleans Packers. I already know which one you're going because you don't like the Packers.
No, I have to go with Packers on this one.
Hold the phone. He's going Packers.
I am.
I'm going Packers too. Sorry, Tavius.
You're not sorry. Don't lie.
I'm not.
Don't ever
Shocked that they won last week. Or wait, they didn't win last week. They were close though. Right?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, on to the main event. We gotta introduce Zach to it. Ready? Y'all ready for this? College football playoffs.
Jeez.
We got the games starting tomorrow, with the first matchup being IU and Notre Dame. Thoughts, Zach?
Not a lot of thoughts. I mean, it sucks that it's a Indiana versus Indiana team, especially with how the bracket could have gone. But you know, it's whatever. I think that Notre Dame will handle Indiana pretty well. If Notre Dame loses, then it'd be hilarious. But I don't see them losing this round.
Yeah. I don't see. For all of those people that thought I was crazy about IU at the beginning of the season, Tavies, they were my team from the start. And look at where we're at. They are in the college football playoffs. Was their road easy? Yes. Did they still smack the teams that they needed to smack? Yes. Did they get smacked against Ohio State? Yes. All of those things are true. But whenever you finish 11-1 in college football and you are a part of a P4 team, you're most likely going to get in. This is a huge test for IU. They got smacked in the mouth with Ohio State, but I've been talking with just people that are both IU fans and Notre Dame fans. IU has been so underrated because of their history. And of course, they get beat by Ohio State and everybody's like, oh, same IU. No, this is not the same IU. I mean, Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois. And I know that one stings for all my Notre Dame fans out there, but you can't take that one game and say that's their season and that's how that team plays. Everybody can have a bad day, obviously. Now, I'm not saying that they just had a bad day against Ohio State, but could they have played better? Yes. So you said that you're going IU or Notre Dame with this?
Yeah.
I don't know. This one is hard.
I don't
Because
think it's that hard, personally.
I think it is. So, and I'll give you the reason why. Things that worry me about Notre Dame. Their offense. Things that don't worry me about Notre Dame. Their defense. Defense, you put a high-powered offense behind that defense, best team in the country. They're going to be national champions. Riley Leonard cannot throw the ball that efficiently. That can hurt them. I mean, I was shocked that they beat A&M without a passing touchdown. I don't think they had a passing touchdown until like week 3. This defense that they're playing, you have to throw the ball, you have to run the ball, you have to be balanced. IU has a strong offense and has a strong defense. Since it's being in Indiana, Hoosier fans, they will travel. It's in the same state. They will get there. They're already buying tickets. And the way that they have packed out the house this year, I wouldn't be shocked if there's a sea of red there. I'm going to go Notre Dame, but I would not be shocked if IU pulls this out.
That would be interesting.
I think that Indiana is not going to get picked that much only by the Hoosier fans, but I definitely think that they can win this game. Notre Dame has not played that great at home. I'm just excited for this to start because it's something that we've never seen before. Hopefully it starts snowing. I love snow football games to watch. Playing in them, that's a different thing, but yeah, I think this is going to be a lot closer. I don't think that Notre Dame should have a 70.4% chance of winning this right now, the way that ESPN has it. But yeah, this might be this game and the Tennessee Ohio State game might be the best game. Might be the best 2 games that we have.
Yeah, I mean they're easily the best 2 games just because I don't think the other 2 games are pretty lopsided in like the odds and what the way they should go. I don't think there's really any. I mean, sure there would be. There's probably always conversation, but I think the majority of people are going to say, Texas is winning. The majority of people are going to say that Penn State's winning. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it'd be interesting if either of them lost, but I just don't see it happening. That's just.
Yeah. I agree. But we'll see. We'll go up. So SMU Penn State. This one, as much as I want to put my faith in SMU and make it interesting, I don't see. I just don't see SMU going into Penn State and beating them in the cold whenever Penn State's going to be ready for it.
Yeah, I don't either.
So give me Penn State. I agree with what you said at the start of this. I think they messed up with the brackets, and not the bracket, but like the matchups. I think this is the easiest path. I think Penn State definitely has the easiest path. They can. Who knows? SMU could turn around and shock everybody, but SMU is a strong team. But I just think Penn State is, and it's a whiteout game. I don't know, man. I don't think SMU's played in a atmosphere like that. But
Cue Mobamba.
yeah, apparently they have been blasting that at practice for SMU.
I mean,
Smart move.
They have to get them used to the crowd noise.
Yeah.
But
So we're gonna jump up to Clemson, Texas.
I mean, it's gonna be Texas. I just don't think Clemson has the power to even withstand Texas. Personally.
Yeah.
You know more than I do, but I just don't think Clemson's gonna stand a chance.
Yeah. As much as I would love to see Clemson go in there and shock the world and then get beat by Arizona State that next round, oh, that would make me so happy. So happy. I I think if that did happen, it would hurt the SEC as a conference, but I don't think it's gonna. Give me Texas. I think they're just too high powered. It's at home too. It's gonna be a little chilly, but nothing like the other three games. But yeah, I just don't see Clemson beating Texas.
That's fair.
Next, the game of the night. The one I am looking forward to the most. Tennessee.
I don't know. All I
Ohio
know
State.
is that being a Big Ten guy, I'm gonna go out Ohio State, but it's still a toss-up for me. I don't know, really know, to be honest. Like, that's it. This is the best matchup of the playoff. I don't think that's up for discussion. Um, but being a Big Ten guy, I'm gonna go with Ohio State. That's just my only reason, because I don't have any factors that are going to lean me one way or the other, other than, I'm a Big Ten guy. So, and you're an SEC guy, so.
I am. Yeah, this one's hard. I think the two most dangerous teams in this bracket are Ohio State and Texas, just because they are coming off of losses. Texas getting beat twice by Georgia, and then Ohio State getting embarrassed at home. And I know that it wasn't that big of like a win deficit with Michigan, but anytime that you are, what were they, number 2 in the country, number 3 in the country, and they lost to an unranked Michigan team, I mean, that's an embarrassing loss. This one's hard for me because Tennessee's offense has the ability to be one of the most powerful offenses in this bracket, but they're young. Ohio State, on the other hand, has really good wide receivers, has veteran players, has a great defense. So I don't know. It's a toss-up for me. As much as I want to say Tennessee, because I feel like Tennessee can shock the world, I'm going to go Ohio State, but my gut is saying Tennessee. You know what? I'm going to go Tennessee. I think Nico makes the right plays when they need to be, when he needs to. I think his long balls, I think he connects on those. That's something that he hasn't connected on much this year. Tennessee's defense has been really good this year. I mean, just going back to that Florida game, they stopped them 4 times in the red zone, and Florida didn't get any points. Like, I don't know how good Howard is to dice up the defense. If Howard plays great in the pocket, then Ohio State's going to run away with it. But give me the Vol and Tears.
Go Vols.
But we'll wait to go second round. But we'll do a little prediction for second round based on what you say. So you have Notre Dame playing Georgia. Who do you got coming out of that?
I mean, that's probably going to be that'll probably be the matchup of that weekend, in my opinion, or that week,
Yeah.
because that's during the middle of the week. But I think that's the matchup is Notre Dame Georgia. I don't know. I think Georgia will be fine, or not be fine, but I think Georgia could beat them fine. But I also think Notre Dame could, shock and beat them too. It's just, I don't know. I think it's going to be the best game of that set of games, no doubt about it. I just, it's hard to pick. Like, to me, it's the same thing as the Tennessee Ohio State game. Like, I don't know who to pick, but I genuinely don't know who to pick, because I want to see how Notre Dame plays against Indiana first, and especially if Notre Dame doesn't even win, because then what? So
Yeah. Me, it's hard. If Indiana wins, Georgia's pounding them.
yeah,
If Notre Dame wins, I think it'll be closer, but I still think Georgia's going to come out on top. Georgia's going to have 2 weeks to recover from any injuries. They're going to have 2 weeks to dissect any film that they had over the year, or yeah, over this past year. Um, they've had a couple losses that they can kind of dive into, kind of correct. And again, they're just going to be healthy. I disagree with your matchup of these games, though. I think the Oregon game, the Oregon and Ohio State and the Oregon or Tennessee game, I think that one will be the best matchup on the first. But I also think that those two games are that's going to be definitely the best day between the 31st and the 1st. So, yeah, I think Georgia wins either one of those. But yeah, I think it's going to be a closer game with Notre Dame. But Penn State versus Boise State. The runner-up to the Heisman getting mad against a Big Ten school.
He could go off, but I don't know. I think Penn State might handle Boise State just fine, but shall see.
Big Ten guy right here. Big Ten guy right here.
Not even that for this.
I'm just messing with you.
I mean, Boise State's good, but I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
No, I mean, I agree with you. Penn State is they're a Big Ten school. They're a ground and pound kind of school. I said it last week whenever we were talking about Heisman. I think Ashton Jeanty is a great running back. I think he has all the accolades. He has all the tools to be a great running back, even at the next level. But this is a good, I think, point to where who did they play?
Yeah.
Who, no offense to all those teams, but you're going to be playing against a Big Ten team that's played against some good running backs. I mean, they played at Ohio State, who had two great, outstanding running backs. There's a different level of tackling at that level. Sometimes. Like some other teams, Florida in the first half of this year, horrible tackling team. If Boise State and Florida would have played, Ashton Jeanty would have had a field day. Now, though, I don't think so. I do hope that this is a close game. I do hope that Boise State does prove themselves as a strong candidate, but in my eyes right now, I think Penn State's just going to dog walk them. Maybe not dog walk, but I do think Ashton Jeanty might have 100 yards rushing, but it's not going to be 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. I think he might have 2 or 3, or 2, but I don't think we're going to see the video game numbers that he was putting up. Oregon, Tennessee, Oregon, Ohio State. Who you got in this one, Zach?
Oregon.
The Ducks.
Go with the Ducks.
See, this one is another one for. This one's another toss-up for me. I think if it's Ohio State, Oregon wins. I think if it's Tennessee, Tennessee wins. The only reason I say that is because I mentioned it last week whenever we talked about Jeanty. Oregon has a problem stopping the run. Tennessee does not have a problem running the ball. And then you put Nico that can throw the ball. That might be Oregon's kryptonite. So, yeah, if Ohio State goes, give me Oregon. If Tennessee goes, give me Tennessee.
That's valid.
And then lastly, Arizona State and Clemson. Texas. Sorry.
If it's Texas winning, Texas. If Clemson somehow wins, I'll go there, Arizona State. But I'm going to go with Texas here.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. If Texas advances, I think Arizona State is a good team, but I don't think they're that good that where they can beat Texas. Again, Texas has amazing weapons and just a good team. Clemson, on the other hand, like I said, I'm going to pick Arizona State because I think that'd be so funny if Clemson just beats Texas and then they lose second round. But Yeah, I don't know. I like this 12 team playoff. It's something new. It's something that I do like. I mentioned that the seeding I thought was a little off, but those are our predictions for that. Um, Go ahead and let us know what you think. Do you think we're kind of spot on? Is your team still in it? If so, do they got a shot to win the Natty? Zach, you got one team right now to win it all. Who do you got?
Georgia.
I might have asked this last week.
Georgia.
Georgia, yeah,
It's hard to go against them. It's hard. But probably Georgia.
yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna either go Oregon. God, I really don't want to see an orange team win. Um, I'll go either Oregon or Ohio State. Even though I picked Oregon to beat Ohio State, but I can definitely see Ohio State just buckling up and just going through people. Um, but on to the next and last thing, Heisman. What are your thoughts, Zach? Travis Hunter winning Heisman?
His girlfriend seems like an interesting character. To
Yeah.
say the least.
Did you see all the stuff that came out? Like
I
on the
I've
like
seen
she addressed it.
I've seen some stuff on it. I didn't watch her like it was like an 8 minute video. I didn't watch it, but
Yeah.
based on like what I've seen and read, it's basically like she's like, oh, he waited. He used to take me to party. He would wait outside parties. I'm like, what? No, like that's
Travis Hunter's never been to a party. He said.
yeah, that's wild. Like, come on, like, but in all fairness, I still think Ashton should have got it, but that's just me. I mean, either way, I think both of them are really good athletes. I just think Ashton was more deserving, but oh well.
Yeah. It's hard, man. It is really hard. I mean, I understand why they went Travis Hunter. I excuse me, I went Travis Hunter, but no doubt. I mean, Jinty did put up the numbers to definitely show that he deserved it. But I mean, I'm not too mad about Travis Hunter getting it. I mean, he performed both on the offensive side and defensive side of the ball, shut down half the field, had over 10 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards receiving. Like we haven't seen anybody do that ever. So I enjoyed it, but yeah, going back to his girlfriend's that whole thing. The only thing that I saw with that I think she's lying is that the last game of the season, whenever Travis caught the ball and like went over, his momentum took him over by the opposing team's cheerleading, and he was just smiling into the camera and like looking up into the crowd, and she was upset about that. In the video, she says that she wasn't. She said that they were like not letting family down and to the field and stuff, but like you can clearly see Travis pointing up to the stands. Like I was looking up in the stands. Like I was not doing that with the cheerleaders,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. Like I totally get like her whole stance about it and everything. Um, I Personal opinion, I don't know anything. I'm just some kid who likes watching football, and that's what I came to the assumption. Um, that's just what I think. So don't come at me in the comments. But that's just what I think. I mean, he went over there, and I was like, as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, his fiance is not going to be happy because he was over by the cheerleaders. And then, sure enough, after the game, like she obviously was not happy, and she was walking on the field pointing over where the cheerleaders were. And then she comes out and says, well, it's because they weren't letting us onto the field. Sure, whatever. If that's the case, that's the case. But that's not how I saw it, and that's not what I saw on the camera. Do I think that she deserves all the backlash that she's getting? No.
No.
They seem happy. Travis seems happy. It doesn't seem like there's like beef between them two. I think it's getting blown out of proportion. I think people are talking about it more than what they should.
It's just because he's
But
the Heisman winner. That's the only reason why. fine.
Right, and like
If he
I
doesn't,
know,
if he doesn't win the Heisman, there's not this much discussion over him and his fiance. It's just there isn't.
right. Well, I just don't like. Everybody loves Travis Hunter. I mean, I like Travis Hunter. He's a great person. He's funny, but let the guy live. Like, who cares? Like, if he's happy, you can tell that he's happy with his girl. Like, just let him live. Like, who cares if she got upset that he was like over by the cheerleaders? Like,
Yeah.
last time I checked, that's not a crime.
Last time I checked, that's just women.
Facts. You better watch your tone. But yeah, I don't know. Go ahead and let us think what your thoughts are on that too. I mean, there's different points of view. There's different things that you guys can see, different points that you guys can say. But yeah, I mean, we started bowl season, a couple crazy games, but my main thing about that is why are these matchups like that? Did I touch on this last week? I think I might have, but
A little bit, yeah.
I just don't understand why Baylor is playing like LSU and Florida's playing Tulane and BYU's playing Colorado that are in the same conference. Like, come on, people. I think UNLV played Cal. Like, that one actually turned out to be pretty good, but like, I would have rather seen ULV play a higher team in like a Big Ten, Pac-12, or not Pac-12. Pac-12 is not a thing anymore.
Rip.
Big 12 or ACC, like just something like that. Why is this not a Colorado Miami? That matchup would have been crazy. I think Miami would have won, but it would have been funny. It would have been, I mean, like the media around that would have been crazy because Shadur and Cam are friends. But yeah, I just think that they could do a lot better with the bowl matchups. Any bowls that you're looking forward to?
Interested to see how Florida does.
Hey, that's how we're ending it, baby. I'm talking about my Gators.
The Illinois Bowl is until I think New Year's, so still another week or plus away.
Spoiler alert, you guys are gonna get smacked.
We'll see.
South Carolina's a good team. Illinois is not that good. I'm just saying.
We'll see.
They almost lost to Purdue.
Okay. And
Purdue maybe won 2 games this year.
hey, man, like you said earlier, bad games happen.
Sure. Who else did they lose to this year, though? They have more than...
They lost to Oregon,
Penn State.
Oregon and Penn State, and yeah, Oregon and Penn State, I think, is who they lost to. And that's also one more. Hold on.
I think they did have one more loss.
They lost. Oh, they lost to Minnesota. Forgot about that.
Bingo. That's what it was.
That was bad.
That's 2. That's 2 games. Going to overtime with Purdue, and then you lose to Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know. South Carolina's coming off the season hot. I hope that Illinois plays good and it's a good game, but I don't know. But to end it, Florida's playing Tulane tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Central Time, whatever time you're on. Go ahead and start cheering on them Gators. Little news breaking today. Dallas, he's a freshman that just signed with Oregon. He has asked Oregon to release him from his NIL so that way he can flip. He is planning on flipping to be a Florida Gator. We are also we are the front runners for a wide receiver coming out of UCLA. I said it, if we make a little moves in the transfer portal, we could be a very dangerous team next year. Very dangerous. But we have to get through tomorrow. I have to get all my work done at work because once 3:30 hits, I'm going to be locked into the game. For work purposes, I will be doing work. I will not be locked into the game, but I will be keeping a close eye on the game. it'll be a good stamp on the season. And if we can come out strong and finish strong, it'll be nice to see DJ play one more game before he goes into the off season, and then we'll have to wait another whole off season till he comes back around. See him next fall, but it's we got a lot of seniors that are playing in it, so I don't think we lost anybody too major. I think we have a lot of people that are still playing there that didn't transfer. Besides, we had one edge that left, and then we had another edge, which was crazy. What he was asking for demands, which was nuts. But yeah, I think we should handle Tulane. Tulane is a strong team, but the way that our defense has been playing, it's been one of the best defenses that I've seen in a while. Offense has been playing pretty good. I'm praying that Armstrong does not leave. He is a front runner for the Houston defensive coordinator spot. Don't know why he would leave an SEC school to go to Big 12 school. But if they throw the right money at him, I hope Florida throws it right back at him too, because I want him to stay a Gator forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how the Gators do. And then right after that game is the IU Notre Dame game. I might have to pull up a dual screen and put up college football game day on one screen and Florida Gators on the other. But let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm just a delusional Gator fan and think that we could win it all next year. I'm putting the house on Florida making it to the college football playoffs next year. And we'll see how that goes. DJ's winning the Heisman. It's just let me know.
I like the bold.
I sound like Tavius.
I like the bold. Yeah, you do sound like Tavius. I like the boldness though. A year out, I'll give you that.
Why are we playing LSU early? That has been on my nerves ever since they debuted the
Talk to the
thing.
scheduling committee, man.
Week 3?
Yeah,
and we're playing Tennessee later? No. Florida, Tennessee needs to be played the 3rd or 4th week. LSU needs to be played like the 3rd or 2nd to last week of the season.
Agreed.
But anything else on your end for college football or any other sports? MLB, anything happen crazy there? I didn't talk about MLB at all.
Just off-season shenanigans. Cubs got Kyle Tucker.
That's right, we did talk
week?
about that.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
The Cubs also traded Bellinger to the Dodgers. Was not expecting that, but they just wanted to dump his contract, and they gave him away for basically nothing. That's all I really got for stuff going on in the MLB, but I know it's off-season time and stuff's still going to be happening, but that's what I noted this week at least. So.
Well, we have a great week of sports going on. NCAA basketball, NBA, NFL, college football playoffs, bowl season, NHL, MLB off season going crazy. Just everything's going on. We got women's basketball going on. Go ahead and let us know what you guys want us to cover. If there's something that we're not covering, again, let us know. Let us know what how your team is doing basketball-wise. If your team is still in the college football playoffs, what your predictions are, how your NFL team's going. We all know that Zach's team sucks. So, just got to deal with it. But that is another episode of the A&T podcast. We're going to have to change that name now that we got Zach on here. It's not just the A&T no more. It's the AT&Z.
We discussed this on our drive. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But we'll wait for Tavius to finalize that too.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. We'll kind of also have to kind of break it down into different things. Give us different ideas of what else you guys want to see. I know that we're talking about sports right now. We're also starting to bring in some more outside stuff, so like presents, like top threes. I feel like we're going to start doing that a lot more, maybe top fives. But yeah, let us know what you guys want us to talk about. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you. Highly doubt anybody will make it this far. If you have, go ahead and put your favorite emoji 3 times. Don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to give it a share. Comment. Of course, you have to comment to put your emoji. But, yeah, share it. You can share bits and pieces with your friends. And, that's about it. So thank you for your time. Have a great weekend. Have a great holidays, because by the time that we come back on, Christmas will pass. So enjoy the holidays. If you celebrate Christmas or any other, have fun with your family. Spend time with your family. If not, spend time with yourself. Give yourself a gift. Anything from you, Zach?
Merry Christmas, y'all. Let's have a good week.
Merry Christmas. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.